Well, hello and welcome to China and to the FIVB Fuzhou Open here on the southeast coast of China. It's semi-final number 2 time in the men's competition. This is Fuzhou. Yeah, Fuzhou by the banks of the River Ming. It's China's 50th FIVB World Tour event. China has won 19 medals on home soil, but never men's gold. And sadly today, that won't change at all, because Brouwer and Meeuwsen are from the Netherlands and Rogers and Slick are from the USA. And those are our pairings for the second men's semi-final to see who will face Marcus Bockerman and Lars Flugen in the final later on today. It's 20 degrees C here in Fuzhou, a place that hosted the 2012 AVC Beach Volleyball Continental Cup. It was won by Australia in the women and Japan in the men. The court is just being readied. The two teams have just gone off to make their final preparations. A total of 14 countries will host FIVB events this year. Fuzhou, the first for the 3rd year on the trot to open the calendar for the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour. And the referees for today, New Zealander Richard Kasut will be up on the platform. He says hello to the crowd. And down on the sand from India, Jayaraman Srinivasan. He will be taking proceedings from down on the sand. Cap goes on the head of Mr. Srinivasan. And the two teams, well, one is a team who've won world championships before. The other is a new pairing, but they do have within their ranks former Olympic gold medalist. But that number 1 is Alex Brouwer of the Netherlands, 25 years of age, 1.98 m tall, the same as Marcus Bockerman, who we saw from Germany in the first match. And his partner, Robert Meeuwsen, well, they won gold at Staria Blanki at the World Championships in 2013. 2.6 m. Well, he dwarfs over Alex Brouwer. And the American partnership, Todd Rogers, what hasn't he done in the game? 12 Grand Slams he won in his partnership with Phil Dalhouser. 41 years of age, 1.87 m. Showing that height isn't the be-all and end-all. And the less experienced, but 30 years of age, Stafford Slick. His 19th tournament. Much less experience for Slick. He adds the height that Rogers just slightly lacks. 2 meters and 3 centimeters. The USA are in red. In the white are the team from the Netherlands. It's the number 6 seeds from the Netherlands against the number 15 seeds from the USA. Of course, the Dutch pairing of Brouwer and Meeuwsen both had their injury problems in the off-season, but they won Pool F, which meant they didn't have to play in round 1 of the knockouts, unlike Rogers and Slick, who did. But Stafford Slick gets the opening point with a swashbuckling spike, right-handed. Rogers with the fading away serve. And the point for Meeuwsen. Meeuwsen with that ankle support on his left ankle. Looks a fairly severe support on the formerly injured ankle of Robert Meeuwsen. he goes, right-handed. The block from Stafford Slick goes out of play. And the Netherlands team take a 2-1 lead. Both players have had their issues injury-wise. Meeuwsen and Brouwer, ankle and knee problems, respectively. Brouwer hails from Den Haag. In fact, both Meeuwsen and Brouwer from Den Haag. And they have a 3-1 lead here. Slick jumps just in from Stafford Slick, the 30-year-old from Hermosa Beach in California. 2 meters 3 tall, 3 centimeters shorter than Robert Meeuwsen. Stafford Slick, the hair tied back into a ponytail underneath that cap, hits the net, and no apology to the Dutch opposition as the ball just died away, making it 3 points apiece between the USA in red, the Netherlands in white. Meeuwsen, right-handed, all too easy. The defence of Stafford Slick was wide open as we change court. Todd Rogers a long way away from getting to the point. Rogers, a relaxed character, won the Olympic gold in Beijing in 2008 with Phil Dalhouser. Brouwer with the ace, making it 5 points to 3. Rogers, of course, from Solvang in California. Got a walkover in round 2, and of course, stroke of fortune for the American pair as the ball flies long from Stafford Slick. Nurmador injured, so Nurmador and Varenhorst had to pull out against the American pairing. Gave them a walkover into the quarterfinals where they played the Polish pairing. Rogers gets himself the point, breaks that run of Dutch points. Brill and Kajariak were the number 25 seeds that the American pairing saw off in the quarterfinal. For the Netherlands pairing of Meeuwsen and Brouwer, it was another American pair of Lucena and Brunner that they beat in just 32 minutes. Not quite as fast as Rogers and Slick in their quarterfinal. 29 minutes, the fastest match of the tournament so far. So we're at 7-5. Slick with the serve. Meeuwsen up right-handed. Off Rogers and out into the crowd. 8-4 the score. Rogers, Slick right-handed to the right-hand side as he looked on. Makes it 8 points to 6. The teams change court every 7 points, of course. Just some quick repairs with the foot of Stafford Slick. Rogers serve to Brouwer, up he goes with the white on the front of his cap. Meeuwsen missed the block. Brouwer couldn't dig. 8-7 the score as Rogers and Slick start to edge their way back into this one. Don't forget the first 2 sets to 21 points. If it goes to a third, it'll just be to 15. Slick, hot-headed, hands the serve and the point to the Dutch team. Todd Rogers just passing on some knowledge to his younger colleague. The wind just picking up slightly as Robert Meeuwsen serves. Rogers finds the point to the right-hand side of the Dutch court. 9-8. The winners of this looking to join Bockerman and Vleugen in the final. 29-27, 21-18. Nine points apiece. And the Dutch team have just gone a little bit quiet. World rank number 19. That's better from Brouwer, and he knows it as well. Last semi-final for these two was in... Sorry, the last semi-final in China for these two was Xiamen in 2013. At the Grand Slam, they finished second. They won the semi-final that day. But of course, other successes since then, winning the World Championship that year as well. Just slightly flat at the moment, this semi-final. 10 points apiece. Error again from Brouwer. Rogers, 41 years of age. Slick can't get to the block. We go for the timeout with the score 11-10. The Dutch pairing lead the way, but at the moment this one there for the taking for either team. Brouwer just leaving Stafford Slick hanging. Pairing since 2011. Brouwer and Meeuwsen, 25 and 27 years of age. So much younger than their American opponents. Stafford Slick, very big shoes to fill in this pairing. Todd Rogers and Dalhausser in 60 competitions, won 23 of them. And in 2007 in Gstaad, they won the Worlds. They won the Olympic gold, as I mentioned, in Beijing in 2008. Former wonder pairing. But now it's about Rogers and Stafford Slick. Can they get 2015 off to the perfect start? They've had the good fortune of Fahrenhorst and Nurmador pulling out. 2 touches against the American pairing there. Not a good way to restart after the timeout. 12-10 the score. Brouwer and Meeuwsen just opening up that 3-point lead. He finished 4th in the Gstaad Grand Slam in 2013. Slick. Nice stuff, just Past Robert Meeuwsen's defences. 13-11 the score. The only set that the Dutch have dropped so far was against Mexican pair of Virgen and Ontiveros. The Mexicans won the second set 21-12. At the moment, Brouwer and Meeuwsen have a 2-point lead here in the first. Brouwer, saved by Rogers, comes through with the spike off the net and the point. 13-12. Stafford Slick only ever made a semi-final on the Continental Tour, one with Casey Jennings, one with William Montgomery. And again, just the hot-headedness showing. Stafford Slick clearing the baseline by a long, long way. His first time here in Fuzhou. Stafford Slick to the left-hand side as he looked of Brouwer. And Alex Brouwer wasn't happy with something. Went and questioned Richard Cassoute briefly. Here is Brouwer off Todd Rogers for the point. 15-13 the score as we change court once more. As a reminder, last year's winners of Daniele Lupo and Paolo Nicolai of Italy. They won the 2014 Fuzhou Open here. In the women's, it was all about Kerry Walsh-Jennings and April Ross of the USA. Will we have American winners in the men's this year? Rogers, Slick, Meeuwsen, big right-handed spike. Makes it 16-13. Of course, with Netherlands hosting the 2015 FIVB Beach Volleyball World Championships, June 26th to July the 5th of the dates. Slick. Well saved by Brouwer. And he wins the point as well. Digging back over his head. Somehow kept it inside the antenna, over the net and inside the court as well. Stafford Slick's head is down. We'll see the replay here. Slick across court. Well saved. Up it went from Meeuwsen, and Brouwer had no other option but to try the audacious. And where was Stafford Slick? And look at Todd Rogers saying, what are you doing? You've moved. Where's your position? 17-13, and the American pairing are under pressure here. And they don't look like they're happy at all. Dalhouser and Rogers beat Marcio Araujo and Fabio Magalhães of Brazil to the gold medal in Beijing 2008. Of course, come 2012, and the Americans didn't manage to get onto the podium. Brazil did though. Allison and Emmanuel Rego won silver. Ulas Brink and Jonas Reckerman of Germany the gold, and Smedins and Plavins of Latvia got the bronze that day. Brouwer off the block of Stafford Slick, and again the head of Todd Rogers is down. Again, he's giving advice to Stafford Slick. 18-13. Slick fell to the ground, comes through with The dink spike. Up he goes with the block and can't get there. 19-13. Todd Rogers just looks resigned to losing this first set. Better by Slick that time, and Rogers helps himself to a point. Just pushing the ball back over the net. Not utilising the full 3 touches. Coming off Brouwer and out to play. The net, of course, 2.43 meters high. Standard in the men's, 2.24 in the women's. Meeuwsen, Brouwer. Rogers can't get there. Stafford Slick's block not doing the job that time. And we're at set points already.
Set point for Netherlands.
Rogers. The block from Meeuwsen twice, the second one unsuccessful. And we change court. And it could just be a stay of execution for the USA in this first set. Rogers, the ball again fading away quickly as it went over the net. Rogers does well. Stafford Slick comes across. Meeuwsen is going to have to go it alone. Slick sets back to Rogers. Brouwer does brilliantly. Meeuwsen can dig for Brouwer, who doesn't get the point on that occasion. Just out of play. 16 points to 20 the score. And we go to a timeout with 4 set points still in the bag for the Dutch team. It's a better point for the USA that time, though. Rogers digging well. Stafford Slick, energetic and athletic. And eventually the point going the USA's way. As Alex Brouwer hit the ball to the left-hand side. 2016. Lovely stuff from Brouwer to finish the set off. 21-16 the score. 1 set to love. The Netherlands lead the way. All too comfortable in the end for the Dutch pairing. There's the roundup of the men's semi-final, second semi-final, the first set going by 5 points to the Netherlands pairing of Brouwer and Meeuwsen. 21-16, Stafford Slick and Todd Rogers, the number 15 seeds from the USA, not settling well in the first and finding themselves on the wrong side of a relatively heavy defeat in the first set. We come back out for the second. They will need Todd Rogers' experience. They will need to draw on the skills that took him to 23 victories in 60 competitions with Dalhausser. They will need to look back on how they blew away the Polish pair of Brill and Kujawiak, because at the moment the US pair of Slick and Rogers are not at the races, and they go a point behind in the second as well. As Robert Meeuwsen, the 27-year-old, with that heavily strapped left ankle, wins the first point. Up goes Stafford Slick, and that time, much better from Slick. Driving the ball to the right-hand side as he looked at it. The set from Rogers. Brouwer, Meeuwsen, right-handed, Rogers with the dig. Slick comes back to set for Rogers, who finds the point, and that's just better play from the American pairing. Todd Rogers just, I can't work out if he's looking relaxed or demotivated at the moment. Just looks slightly lethargic. And that time he recognised his positioning was all wrong. Pointing at himself and realising his error. 2 points apiece. Slick. Rogers. Slick off the block of Meeuwsen. Meeuwsen there once more, but Rogers into the net. 3-2 the score. And Todd Rogers, well, I said, was he demotivated? He's just lethargic, and 2 errors in 2 plays from the 41-year-old. You expect better from a player of his qualities. Rogers, Slick. A point going the American way. Taken to 3 sets in the round 1 of the knockout against Hillman and Vega of Israel. 55 minutes it took the American pairing to see off the Israelis. 2 touches going against the Netherlands. And Rogers and Slick go into a 4-3 lead. Rogers and Slick have, of course, had the longest and the shortest matches of the event so far. The longest being against Horriman Eaton in over an hour. The shortest, their semi-final, just 29 minutes. Meeuwsen jumps to spike, and way too easy to bring it back to 4 points apiece here. Fuzhou Open, of course, sees the men's and women's teams taking to the sand. Men's semi-finals and finals today. Women's semi-finals and finals tomorrow. And it's 5-4. Brouwer and Meeuwsen look a much more composed pairing at the moment. Much more consistent. Slick. Brouwer will come through just to dink the ball over the defences of Stafford Slick. 5-5. 1-0 in sets, 21-16. The Dutch won the first. Oh, that's a stroke of fortune from Meeuwsen. Taking a huge kiss off the net and getting the point as well. Meeuwsen will continue. That time not so lucky. 6 points apiece. Brouwer, power from Brouwer, off Todd Rogers. 7 points to 6 is the score. In the second round of the knockout stage, these two beat Grimalt and Grimalt Chile 22-24, 17-21. The Dutch pairing won through to their place in the quarter-final. That one going out to make it 8 points to 6 as we change court once more. And at the moment, I can only see this going one way. I can only see it going to the pairing from the Netherlands. It's almost just the seeming lack of belief from the American pair. Slick with the error that time. 9-6 the score. Stafford Slick, whose best open finish was in a napper in Russia and Doha, both in 2014. Both he got knocked out in the round 2 of the knockout stages, so he made it through the pool. Rogers looks for Slick to come back and help him, and that time they get the point. Their first for a while. 9-7 the score. The American pairing finished second in Pool B behind Russia's Semenov and Kraslinikov. Stafford Slick to serve. 9-7. Make that 9-8. (2.3 meters), still not the tallest player on the court. Definitely this morning, not the most consistent for Stafford Slick. Brouwer, Meeuwsen, who is the tallest on the court, gets the point as well to make it 10-8 and break that run of Stafford Slick serves. Brouwer finding Meeuwsen, who powered down the right-hand side. The line judge had to take evasive action. Rogers, Slick seeing the space in the left-hand side of the Dutch court. But the response from Brouwer was superb. 11-8 the score. Meeuwsen serves. Rogers, Slick coming through, takes the touch off Meeuwsen, and the point goes the American way. 11-9. Todd Rogers, cap on backwards, will serve. Brouwer, Meeuwsen. Timeout called. The fight back from comes to an end. The Dutch pairing come back to try and finish off the job. 11-10 they lead in the second. They're 1-0 up in sets. 21-16 the score in the opening event of the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour for 2015. Stafford Slick with the block off Brouwer. And the point going the Netherlands' way. 12-10. Out to play it went. And Brouwer continues. 25 years of age. 88 kilograms he weighs, 198 centimeters tall, which in this match is short in comparison with the likes of that man, Stafford Slick, who wins the point. 12-11 the score. Lovely from Meeuwsen, jumping high, powering the ball through the court. Right-handed, the set from Brouwer. The right-hand spike from Meeuwsen. Stafford Slick's defence has been anything but watertight this morning. Rogers, set for Slick. And it's out of play to make it 14-11. Meeuwsen serves. Rogers has to do the leg work from those 41-year-old legs. Stafford Slick, though, reaps the rewards of Todd Rogers' work. Pumping the legs through the sand. Meeuwsen, Brouwer. And again, Rogers just looking frustrated at the defences of Stafford Slick. Up he went, arms weren't together. Very easy to spike through a block if the arms are wide apart, and another unforced error from Stafford Slick makes it 16 points to 12 as we change court once more. The team in red have it all to do here. One set to love down, the Netherlands in white lead, and 16-12 they lead as well. Brouwer and Meeuwsen, the current world champions from the 2013 World Championship in Stare Jablonki, are heading towards the final as we speak. Todd Rogers, Stafford Slick with the spike off Meeuwsen's block and out of play to make it 16-13. It'll be a good comeback from injury for Brouwer and Meeuwsen if they can make the final against Bockermann and Pflugen of Germany. An all-European final, if that is the case. Bockermann and Pflugen have already seen off Frenchman Youssef Krogh and Edouard Rollandsen. Stafford Slick, a stroke of luck to make it 16-14. Big hit off the net cord. Slick serves. Meeuwsen, Brouwer. Good from Todd Rogers. Back he comes. Meeuwsen. Brouwer, Rogers saves. Can Slick get there? No, he can't. 17-14 is the score. Meeuwsen serves. Rogers. Stafford Slick. Meeuwsen's defences were good where Stafford Slick's weren't earlier, but then he pushes the ball long. Another lifeline for the USA, 17-15 the score. Frustration for Robert Meeuwsen. The highest seed left in the competition, the team in white. 6th seed against the number 15 seeds. Rogers digs and again looks at Stafford Slick. Again, he's not happy with his defense. And again, the veteran looks on, and you can see why Slick's blocking was all over the place once more. He slaps his hands in frustration. Brouwer will serve. He gets the point as well. 19-15 the score. Can Robert Brouwer serve this out? Just 2 more points needed. Slick, Rogers, and the point as well. Rogers couldn't get there. Meeuwsen jumped up as they changed courts. I'm not sure if he got a touch or not in the end. 20-15, it's match point here for Brouwer and Meeuwsen to take their place alongside Bockermann and Pflugen of Germany in the final. It'll be the number 6 seeds against the number 13 seeds if that is the case. Stafford Slick gets a point that time, going through the block of Meeuwsen. Timeout called by the Netherlands pairing. Alex Brouwer, Robert Meeuwsen just want to think things through. The pairing from Den Haag looking to see off the Californian pairing. Stafford Slick just rearranging his long hair. It's been underwhelming from the Californians this morning. For those men from Den Haag have been confident and comfortable in making their way to match point. Simplest of mornings so far for the team in white. Can they just finish it off? Stafford Slick serving. Well, he's made unforced errors from the serve so far this morning. That time the service is good. Up goes Brouwer off Todd Rogers, and there we go. The Dutch pairing make the final. The current world champions, they won it in 2013 in Staria Blanki, and they finish off the American pairing in 2 relatively simple sets, and inside 45 minutes, 21-16, 21-16. Meeuwsen set up Brouwer, who spiked off the dig of Todd Rogers, snatching the final point, the match point. Meeuwsen and Brouwer take their place against Germany's Marcus Bockermann and Lars Pflugen. It'll be the number 6 seeds of the Netherlands who win 2-0 against the USA, 21-16, 21-16, and they will play against the German pairing, the number 13 seed of Bockermann and Pflugen. For Rogers and Slick, it's the 3rd/4th playoff later on against Yusuf Kroh and Edouard Rolandsen, and we will have the final and the 3rd/4th playoff to come later on here from Fuzhou. For now, my name's Dan Strange.